Hi guys, welcome back to Budget Flow. Now, in the previous tutorials, we focused on the stock market. This time around, let's build something for the cryptocurrencies. Now, please bear with specific limitations about the service because we will be using an intermediate which is connected to CoinGecko API and provides the live price for up to 5,000 major cryptocurrencies by market cap. But once again, we'll divide this in three parts. So we'll first focus on building the actual portfolio, then we'll build a few charts which would reflect our allocation and the total capital invested versus what is the specific value of each coin. And ultimately, we'll finish with the performance as well. So we'll create a top framework, like a data frame, or rather a table on the right hand side of the model, which you will see that will tell you the top performers by descending order. And once again, we'll make sure we'll add a specific graph to it. And I'll go with you through all the process. If you're interested more in terms of the stock market, I will provide the links to the models below. But nevertheless, and by the way, the two models, the two previous tutorials were done, one in Google Sheets, another one in Excel. But nevertheless, let's dive into this and I will aim to explain you the logic, how can we build this? And it will be done very quickly and very efficiently. So let's go.
Okay, so here we are in our portfolio, which is empty. A couple of assumptions that we are going to be making. So number one, this is a hypothetical portfolio, which means that um, you will have a different one. And for the have a different one, it's absolutely fine. Just remember that the data which is located between the columns B and E is manually added, and you can add this from your either wallet or any kind of centralized exchange. The key part that you need to remember is that add this information in terms of the quantity, the average cost, and at the same time as well, I really want for you to focus on the column B, which corresponds to the ticker. The ticker of the cryptocurrency is very important because we are going to be getting the live prices from cryptoprices.cc website. You can check the website. It's an intermediate between the CoinGecko API that we are going to be using. It will track up to 5,000 major cryptocurrencies by market cap. Yes, there are limitations in terms of the speed of how fast the live price will be updated, but so far I've seen this is quite a reliable one. And if you are actually a long-term, rather mid-term, long-term investor and not trading, not a scalper, not a day trader, a probably not a future, definitely not a futures trading. That's probably not the best for you. But if you're looking to actually make sure you actually track and you follow your portfolio, then obviously with a slightly longer vision in terms of the time, that's still so far it's quite reliable, tested, and works perfectly fine. So other than that, you have, as bad as it sounds, but you'll have a number of different software solutions out there which will give you the live price and potentially the portfolio as well. So let's dive into this. So let's do the following. So the total cost is extremely simple. And as you can see, even right now, when I press enter in column, rather in cell F21, it will already tell me that I need to multiply quantity by my average cost. And this is exactly what I will be doing. As simple as that. What we want to have, and if we want to have a cleaner version, is that I will type the following thing. I will type if, and this is where I will tell if my cell B21 is empty, I want to return empty. Otherwise, I want to perform that multiplication of the quantity by the average cost, which is equivalent to near 52,800. Perfect. This is where the big part is, and this is this kind of the simple part. It's simple. You will see now. So go to the note, copy this website, and now go to the live price to the cell G21. All we need to do is right now is to start by typing um, import data. And then within import data, we'll still need to type one more function, which is concatenate, which is going to join, as you can see, two strings into a one. kind of a data point, which means that we'll open quotations, we will copy that website, close quotations, comma, refer then to the cell B21, close the brackets, press enter, and there you go, live price of the Bitcoin. So I will do the same thing just to make sure that we are all aligned. I will do if B21 equals empty. I want to return empty, otherwise I want to return the live price. And right now, as simple as the portfolio value is the live price, which will be dynamically updated, I will be multiplying by the quantity of the coin that I currently have in my portfolio, which means for the Bitcoin is 1.2 Bitcoin. All you need to do, again, multiply, and there you go. That's my portfolio value of the Bitcoin. This is how much my 1.2 Bitcoins are currently valued at. If statement again, I'm sorry, I'm repeating, but this is going to be helpful to maintain the clean version of the model. Perfect, done, simple. Total gain versus total loss. Portfolio, once again, if, open the brackets, B21 equals empty, return empty. Otherwise, I want my portfolio value minus my total cost. There you go. Enter. And this is how much we're making so far. We are quite profitable in terms of Bitcoin right now. So, well, let's do the following thing. For the percentage, in terms of how do we represent this 48, nearly 49,000 in profit on our Bitcoin, we'll do once again. If B21 equals empty, let's return empty. Otherwise, I want my I21 divided by my total cost and press enter. There you go. We're up 92%, 92.41% to be precise. So right now, and by the way, we every now, well, in each one of these, we have used the if to make it sure it's clean enough. So right now, all we'll do is I will select this row of data that we've just done now, and then I'll press this double dot here. You see the blue dot twice, and boom, automatically all the data appears here. Perfect. So now to calculate the overall value of our portfolio, all we need to do right now is to sum the column H. So therefore, that's why I will do H21. So I want to sum all the values between H21 and down towards the column H. Press enter, and that's how much our portfolio is valued right now. Amazing. And now to do the allocation, it is as simple as if B21 once again is empty, I will return empty. Otherwise, I want my portfolio value to be divided by the M2 cell, which is my overall total value of my portfolio. But don't forget that we need to have an absolute reference to the total value of our portfolio. Close the brackets, press enter, and there you go. I will accept the autofill right now, auto suggestion, or maybe I need to remove my face there from here. Just give me a second. Okay, so let's do the easy way. So let's move towards this blue dot, double click, done. Perfect. So finally, our total return in investment is that we can do the simple way, and the simple way is that we will do the sum of our column I, as you can see here, divided by the sum of the column cost here, so F, and then when we press enter, so first we're telling sum all my total gains and losses, and then divide by the total cost, and let's see if we make any money. So we're actually good. We are actually having our return on investment of more than, well, it's just above 40%, which is really good. And I can clearly see the main reason is of Bitcoin, because it's the one that we have the most, and it's the one that drives this growth actually, because otherwise we're actually quite significantly down on Ethereum. We're down a lot on Near protocol. On Algo, we're doing quite well on Algorand, and we're actually doing quite well on Cardano. Quant, not bad, but the rest we're actually quite down. Link, not bad. I mean, -7% based on crypto. It's not that much, but Near and Ethereum is driving our portfolio down. So that's kind of the part number one. So it's very simple, and once again, give it a go with the life prices. And anyhow, you'll get this you'll get this template in the link below. Get it. It's free for you, available to try. This is kind of the essential model that we are building right now. So let's now move to the second part of the video, which is focused pretty much on building a few graphs in terms of the allocation and our just how to visualize our total cost and total value of our portfolio for each coin. Okay, right. Part two, let's start with let's start with our allocation. So insert chart. Let me click. Okay, no, that's not what I want, but it's not actually about auto suggestion, but I want to have my donut chart here actually here. And what I need right now, does it peek out automatically? No way it will. But let me check this out. So if I'll go to, so we are having a B20, B27, which is fine, this is the column. And we are also referring to, no, it's not the B27, B27. Essentially, what we need to do right now, let me have from scratch, right? Let me just try and see if we can make it actually from scratch. If I'll just click on the graph, perfect. Add series from scratch, nothing there, nothing per field there. But the idea is we will select number one, we will be selecting our donut chart. And for the data ranges, we will have to select our ticker. So it's B21 to B. And then for the other part, we want our column K, which is equivalent to our allocation. So we'll type K21 to K, press enter. Perfect. So that's our allocation. As simple as that. We just need to set two data ranges. But what we can do right now is that we can customize this even more. So border, background color, none. Chart border color none. Pie chart, 75% of the whole. So I prefer this style, but it's up to you, by the way. Text color, white. And then obviously, once again, the color side, it's up to you, the way you want to kind of define the colors. And for each one of them, as you can see, you can do this for each one of the coin that you have, and maybe you'll do it separately on the basis of, what would be the best way to represent this. So I think it looks good. I think it looks good. The only thing which I want to add is that, as you can see, I will select the range of the cells behind right now this donut chart, because we removed the background, and I will merge cells. I will press enter, and I will be referring to cell M2, which means right now my value of my portfolio will be centered in the middle of this chart. So I'm just gonna drag this like this. So perfect. So I can see right now how much my portfolio is. So I have two numbers I can have here behind the donut chart, and I have here in the value. Perfect. I mean, it looks good. So next time, or the next thing that I want to have is, once again, I will select here insert chart. This time around, I'm happy with the column chart right now. So right now, the ranges, there will be three ranges. So number one, we can actually start with B20 to B. Then we want our cost of the how much it costs us to buy all those coins, which means we are in column F, so F20 to F. And then I will also add another data range, which corresponds to our portfolio value, which is in column H. So H20, H. Press OK, and there you go. We automatically have the graph donut, not the donut, but the bar chart that will be pre-filling right now with all the data that we need in terms of how much we've spent and how much is our worth right now. What's the worth of our purchases for the specific coin? Again, all we need to do right now, as simple as remove the background color, get the text to white, get here the text to white as well, so we can actually see again the numbers, text to white. Portfolio value, let's change from, just by selecting the bar charts, let's move to green. Then here we are going to the field color red. Perfect. I think that's exactly what we want to do. We want the grid lines, by the way. We want to have major grid lines. Let me see. I think it looks Okay, so just in case, I will I will just again do the double click here, chart style, chart border color. I'll remove this. I will keep it clean as of right now. If you want to add once again the grid lines, you can have, but just you need to double click on and then to the customize grid lines and ticks, and that's how you would do this. If you want to have um, data labels, you can try and do this if it makes sense. If it's not, because if it looks nice, um, I mean, why not? You can see that if I'll select this right now, so position auto, the size, let me see if the size is 10, and then here if we do the same, position is fine, but no, let me go back, but let's see if the size 10 here will be good. Um, it's not ideal, I'd say, to keep them, but if you want, I'll keep them for you, so you can actually see what's kind of the big difference between each one of them. So I think it's okay. We'll keep it. We'll keep it for now. So that's how easy it is actually to make sure. I'll move myself back here to the corner, how easy it is. And then if we want really to add anything extra, it's really simple as, let me check what else can we, just before we move to the final part of this portfolio, and let me see what else can we have. Let's say if we want H bar, uh, and then I put header here, as you can see. Let me see if I can add maybe quantity 1000 here, and then H bar. Let me see if purchase is 0.12. There you go. Look at this. How great is that? So everything is filled automatically. So I'm actually doing quite well on H bar. The only thing is just I don't have much of the coins. But obviously, if I'll put 10,000 coins, 100,000 coins, now we're talking, and this is where things are getting much, much better. Obviously, if we would to go to the 1.0.05, that'll be that'll be nice to have. But nonetheless, let's keep it like this. So as simple as that. How about that? Let's now dive into the final part, which is performance. And this is once again similar to the way that we have done with stocks. That will be a query function. So for those who have seen that tutorial, you know what to do. But for those who haven't yet, let's dive into this right now. Right. So final piece, query function, one of my favorite ones. So let's dive into the query function. So let's start by typing in cell M25 query. Let's go and then select the data that we want. And by this, I'm selecting all the data you can see between B21 and to cover all the column K to all to like, because like this, I can be sure that if we add extra 100, 200 of coins, it will still capture this data. Then open the quotations, I'll type select, and then this is how the query works. I need to select the number, the the column letters. So I want to select B because this is where my tickers are. I want to show, like, I want the performance per ticker to be shown per ticker. And then the total gain and loss is in column J. So J, where J is not null, or order by J, descending. Close quotations, close the brackets, press enter, boom, there you go. Everything is automated, and this is what I want. This is perfect. So, and you can see here we have 8 coins in our portfolio right now. If we want just to have top 5, all I need to do is I need to add an extra statement, here in my query function, and this is where I just need to add limit 5, and boom, top 5 performance, but for performers. But right now, just for the sake of this, I will delete this, descending, perfect, done. So the last thing that I really want to focus on is if we can just add a graph here. Uh, so not, I want actually like this, the vertical one. all I need to do right now is insert the graph on the basis of the data which I've selected. Just remember what I've selected just covers all these 8 rows. So if you want to extend this, you need to actually go to the setup. In the data range here, you can see select the range. So if you want, just delete the 28 at the end of the and, so you can, whatever the coins you'll actually get, it will be recorded, but make sure the only thing is just be mindful of the space that you have. So because the more coins we get, then we have kind of not much space to do this. So nonetheless, I'll press OK. That's fine. And then just simply cosmetics, remove the background, none, chart border color, none, fill color, green. Everything else, I want to make sure everything else is in white color. The text, the numbers are in white. I like it. I think it's clear right now. So perfect. It is what it is. So again, it's dynamic. Maybe we'll, ultimately we'll get to the 2 Bitcoins, but maybe right now the average cost will be now maybe 60,000, not 600, but rather 60,000. So you can see everything becomes very much dynamic. So you know the allocation, total gains, losses, percent of your total gains and losses, reflection of the each coin that you have, total ROI, total value. Yeah, I think it's an essential model. I will show you later on the more advanced model. And again, I'm working on the course how to do such. But for now, get this template, and it's really powerful. So for the foundations, for the fundamentals, it's very big. And don't forget, it's very good. So don't forget, if you want, by the way, this is a full transparency, check the cryptoprices.cc if that's something that can be resonated with you. Otherwise, this is a simple and free solution in terms of, instead of creating complications and getting the APIs, which are not free as far as I recall. So there you go, link in the description. Once again, thanks so much for the support. There will be much more coming over the models, and we'll soon be transitioning also to the data analytics for the business as well. Be mixing this up between the business and the personal finance, but I really want to show you how actually to use this. I will dive into more specific about a couple of Excel and Google Sheet functions as well soon. So once again, thanks so much everyone, and I'll see you the next one.